Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, last session we did begin to change the vertex buffer backup. So that's the in-RAM copy of the whole terrain vertex buffer, which is then copied to the GPU vertex buffer in the hopes that maybe we can optimize it a little bit more. I don't know where the journey will go, but let's see. So we now have, what do we have? We have pdata vertex buffer backup plus J. Oh boy, I already expected this very complicated. Yeah. This program will be complicated. Pdata. So we have pdata here and here. So two places. Yeah. So the correct row column of vertex buffers. Then here, so we have x1, yeah, J. What is J? Non-tiles. I wonder if we need to. How do we now go from I'm not sure how we do this. Could be complicated. Yeah. Data, rebase, origin. I don't know if it will be that easy to do. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so this function, it won't work with these guys being different. Expectation is that they are the same, which they are not. Now, after we made some changes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. UV, UA, VA. I do wonder why do we have this copy anyway? This RAM copy of the buffer, vertex buffer in the memory location. Now copy the set of vertices into the hardware buffer. We don't copy the whole vertex buffer because we often update only a couple of rows. Maybe it's because it's faster to write into RAM than it is to make multiple writes into VRAM. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But the write lock is taken for the entirety of this shit here, right? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a bit too risky to touch this stuff. Yeah. At this point, I think it's too risky. Yeah. It would be nice, but yeah. I don't know. It might be not worth it at this point to do this. It would be nice. Also, I wonder. This could probably be changed here. This stuff here. Yeah. This copying here is a bit stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Flip for blends. Yeah, I think we can't get rid of this shitty update yet. It's a major pain. Yeah, need full update. Except for UV data. It would be nice to get rid of this thing here, but this would be difficult to do. Yeah, because of this function, and then there's another one for update light. I don't know, it's probably better to not touch this. Yeah. Okay, so I would say we reset all these guys here. Yeah, we keep this. We reset this. Oh boy. We reset this. Reset all this. This. And this. And this. And this. And this. Jesus. And this. Okay, then we also revert this question mark comment here. I think we can remove this here, that's fine. We should probably also do... No, I can leave that, that's fine, okay. Okay, what do we have here? We reset this. And this. Okay, cool. So all that stuff is gone. What do we have here? This one we can merge with... This one? This one. Okay. Good. So let's see if that compiles again. So right now we have one issue with oversizing, that there's for one frame there's like some blackness on the terrain, right? So this issue. Yeah. I remember when we looked at these needful update thingies, there was something here somewhere. Oh boy. I can add a space here. I think it was down here. Update block. This stuff here. So the first thing we saw here was this one here, right? So this larger. So this one probably wants to be like this. Yeah. Hopefully. Do X next time. Update a couple of columns, one frame, and then a couple of rows. So if we aren't jumping to a new view and have done X recently, return. Let me see if that hits here. Now we need to recompile. Do X next frame. Okay, so there was some optimization attempt here to time slice the updates across 2 frames. Or even more, I don't know. And maybe that is related to the issue we are seeing. Or maybe it's just part of the issue. Yeah, let's first see if that triggers. It's not part of the issue. Okay, so that's not it. Do X next time. Okay, so it does happen if we do a big jump. It can be called multiple times as well. 0 is smaller than big jump, 16. Update block. Man, this code is so complicated. Big jump. Okay, then the question still is, why does this issue happen? I don't know. It has something to do with this full update shit. Yeah. So up here, we do this full update block. Need full update false. Need full update. Okay, how about we first finalize the other change that is here. So we want to the oversizing, tiles to oversize. So that this one here, oversized terrain. Oversized terrain. Okay, so here, oh boy, oversized terrain 0, update center. So this one, oversize, right? Oversized terrain 4. It's a bit bad. Like this looks like a magic number here. Tiles to oversize. Can't we just say? Can't we just say oversized terrain? Amount. Okay. How about we just do a what do we need it with flat version? How about we add a resize viewable terrain. Oversized terrain int. X size. Say width and height. Set drawbar. Set oversize the visible terrain size. Oversize the visible terrain area. Resize the visible terrain area. Let's do that. Okay, then we go to flats. Flat does have an implementation here. To me, this looks like we could actually remove this here. Instead, make this pure virtual. Okay, so we have that flat base, and then height map. We then do this, and then resize terrain, and then we copy these two. Then we put these guys here. Base height map, flat height map, and a height map. Okay, and then here we put these guys as well. Okay, and then we have oversized terrain, and then we make a copy of this guy, and then then we do this, and then here we call resize terrain. With width and height. Then we remove all this, and then here we do this, and we put this here, and then we remove these guys. Okay, and then here we now call draw width, word height map, height. This is resize, and here we do stretch. Then here we do a stretch. Then we do a oversize. Let's say a low angle draw width, low angle draw width. Okay, and then we take normal draw width. We do this -1 -1 times 2 times 2 1 plus. That should work. Let's stop debugging. 257, yeah. That seems right. Yeah. So basically it's twice the area of this here. Okay, and then here we do low angle draw width. Height. There we go. Okay, cool. Camera pitch, look at vector, okay. Let me say here, spikers at tweak. Today is 31/12/2025, last day of the year. Expand, increase viewable area, increase viewable area of terrain when decreasing camera pitch. When decreasing, when lowering the camera. Historically, the default camera pitch was 37.5. Default camera pitch. Default camera pitch in generals. Okay. Which we prefer to keep the normal viewable area for. I think this would work. Good. Then we can also reset this here. Okay. Then down here we have, so this one is a bit of a magical number here. Okay, the question is, why is this not here? Would there be any benefit if we moved it there? Let me comment this out here and move it down here. So put it here. Let me see. Okay, so visually it looks very promising, except for clipping through here, but yeah, that's something we can revisit another time. So this looks good because we can see very far. So let's do this. So now the FOV is decreased, okay. And now we see here are the bounds. Let me sell this command center. So now we lower the terrain and we see it will expand here. Aha, I don't see any flickering here now at this point. Interesting enough. Huh. Okay, so moving this down here fixes a flickering issue. I don't know why. So when we had the code here, we saw this flickering. Now we moved it down and then it's fine. Why? I don't know. There probably is a reason for this, but who knows why. Anyway, it seems to work, so that's nice. Okay, this is really, really promising. It looks good. Yeah. Now if we enable, I think it's F8, no, F10. No. Ah, there's, okay, so it's control. Huh? Control F10. Okay. Okay, cool. Then, yeah, very fast approximation works perfectly with top-down view. Let's do add fix, yeah, very fast approximation. So I wonder, when we do this, okay, so the tiles, they go quite a bit further back. Yeah. But that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so fourth, default fourth is 50, right? 50 or 60? 50. Good. And so the pitch is 40 right now. Let's put the pitch at 37. Okay, there, 37.19. Okay, we see a little bit of blackness up there. That seems to be the far Z, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a far Z. Still have this issue. Yeah. We still have this issue. So let's say we put this to 40. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to change the pitch just yet. So the pitch is 37.5. Okay. So let's do this. Let's sell the command center. Okay, so we see a lot of blackness up there and also down here. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's bad. We can't do that. That's very bad. Yeah. So we do 30. Yeah, it's important that we can that in the foreground that everything looks good. Yeah. It's a bit risky, this. But the original code sucks as well, so. Okay, so this one is, let's take the fourth a bit away. Let's put the fourth like so, yeah. Okay, so there we can see the blackness. Okay, so it does make a big difference there. So 50 is our, this is our default fourth. Okay. So the blackness should be well below the view here. Yeah. So it seems like the blackness is only a danger at the top edge, right? If we do this. Yeah, but even with the original code, it had like some black up here and some black down here in the other corner. But it only happens if we don't show the control bar. And we have the camera angled like that. Yeah, which I think is okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is usable. Yeah, it looks bad, but yeah, could be worse, right? Could be worse. It seems that Generals players, they don't really care about graphics anyway. Right. I mean, they play with the ugliest settings and are happy. Right. There are players who set everything too low and they just don't care. They don't care about graphics. As long as they can attack the enemy base. That's it. Just want to kill. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is a bit upsetting. Like we could increase the normal draw width, but then that will have some performance impacts. We could maybe try 35 here, see how far we can push it. 40 was certainly not good enough. 35, let's see. Good, let's sell this and this. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, we don't see any blackness here. Yeah. Okay, so we could do that. Let's see how far the blackness is away. There it is. It's not much. So at 466, it already falls apart. Okay, but we don't need to accommodate 460. We only care about 450. So maybe we can do that, yeah. I wonder if there will be some maps where this will be bad. Oh, I saw some black there. Yeah, there's some black here. Uh-huh. Okay. So that's not safe then. Okay. Yeah, so if you look here at the bottom edge now, as we scroll down there, you can see the blackness there. Mm. Mm. That sucks. Mm. Okay. Oh, I also see blackness up here at the top edge. I wonder if that is because of far Z. Maybe it is. Can't reproduce it. There it is. No, it looks like it's... You can see it up here, roundabout. See? Mm-hmm. Is that related to fuzz? Okay, so 30 is not safe. So let's go back to 35 was not safe. Let's go back to 30. W3D view. Fuzz. How we already did increase it. Let's go to 1400. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that looks fine. Okay. Let's look at the top edge. Yeah, that also looks fine. Okay, I think we can go with this. I mean, it will mean that we have some blackness here. But yeah, I don't know how we can avoid this. It's... Well, we can avoid it by making the normal area larger, but I don't know if that's worth it at this moment. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Okay, it certainly is a much simpler and cheaper alternative to the original implementation. It seems to work okay. Yeah. Yeah. If the visible increases visible terrain area. Optimized for 37.5 for camera, pitch of 37.5. We can make it const x per. Okay, good. Shift pivot. Camera pivot X plus this shift pivot. Yeah, round. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If we are happy with this, we can do this. Now, I'm a bit afraid that maybe there will be more edge cases that we haven't tested and haven't seen yet. If so, then this would be bad. It certainly is possible. I mean, yeah, this is certainly not nice, but I mean, the original game had the same shit. It was then black here in the corner and black up here, but not as much black because, yeah, the center would be a bit better here, but yeah, you would see black down here. So in that regard, it's better. You don't see the black in the lower corner. Okay, but in default rotation, it looks fine. So I think that is what matters. Okay, how does it look when we zoom out? Okay, it's quite close there. There's not much. Uh-oh. There's not much in the way. It's really tight, yeah. Normal draw width. Yeah, it's really tight. Yeah. It's not great. Maybe maybe there's a better way to scale this. Maybe we need to scale it by height above lowest ground or something like that. I don't know. That's really tight. Maybe we go with something higher, 33 maybe. I don't know. I don't like the top edge is so tight here. Can we make a test with the original code again? Where is it? Here. Original code 1. Then we disable this one here. Let's also remove this here. Okay, so this is the original code. Let's see its limitations. Field of view. A lot of science went into this shit here. Did we compile? Hold on. Still a null pointer at this point for the first call. Okay, I don't know how this explains this problem. Then you should use value 1 if this is null. If this is null, then use 1. Value 1. The problem is this variable does not represent what it says it does. It no longer is a next template ID if you change it this way. It has a different meaning. So we cannot do this. It makes the code illogical. Or he finds a better name for this. But I don't know if that's better. Good. Let's go here again. So this is the original now. Yeah. There was some weird glitch at the beginning here. That was strange. Okay, so as you can see here, we see a little bit of blackness up in the corner and some blackness down here in the corner. But it's not that much. Yeah, it's not that much. Actually, it looks pretty decent. Mm-hmm. 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 It looks much better visually. At least at this pitch here. Well, that sucks. Okay, it's surprising that it is so much better. So maybe what we can do then, we can move this out of this and put it here. Then set offsets. I don't know what's up with the cell offset here. So what if we move this guy? We move this guy here. Can we do that? Okay, so that works. Yeah, but it has this issue. Yeah, that doesn't help much. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know how we can tweak this better. The original code sucks, but our code also sucks, so... What did we do here? Let me see the other experiments I had here. What's the time? 1:30. Okay. Okay, well, that has different problems. Okay, but it's something we can experiment with. Yeah. It's interesting. So this one can see much further, but it has troubles here at these lower edges. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So we have box 1, 2, 3, 4. Get min height value. So the problem with this one, yeah, it optimizes for like the slowest height. Oof, what is this? What the hell? Okay, that's weird. Okay. Well, that sucks. Okay, yeah, that looks bad. Extremely bad. View corners at worlds. Too well, that's that. Okay, so this sucks. This one is pretty much the same as the one above here. Oh man. Oh, that sucks so much. Find out why values go out of range. Yeah, great. Oh boy. But does this actually work with low pitch? No, it does not. Okay, well then that's not helpful. I mean, that's the main issue we want to fix. The low pitch issue, which this does, this code here. This one does not, the original does not, but the original is much better. I mean, what we could also do is, if the pitch is low, we use this here, this code. And otherwise, we use the original code. Oh, but that also sucks. It would be nice to get rid of the original code. Oh man, how can we do this better? Oh man. I don't know. Probably need some more thought here. I think I will end this session here. Yeah, we need to think about this shit more. It's so dissatisfying, this terrain shit. This terrain is really giving me a headache. It's so hard to get this right. Oh man. Yeah. 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 I don't know. Good. Yeah, maybe there's a word where we say if this original code, I don't know. I don't want to think about it now. I think I will end it here. Next session we look at it again. I don't know yet how to properly do this. It's quite a pain. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I will end it here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.